We are joined again by Matt Grosclose, fire and life safety educator with the Greensboro Fire Department. We're taking your questions right now about fire safety. All right, this person says, will the fire department replace old smoke alarms with long-lasting ones if the homeowner buys them and furnishes them for you?
Absolutely, they will. They can call our smoke alarm line and we will actually send a fire truck out to their home if they're a resident of the city of Greensboro.
Okay, and if you're not a city of Greensboro, you should call your local fire department and ask them what kinds of things they can help you with, because many of this goes through most other municipalities.
Correct.
How good are the new wireless smoke detectors? My house is older and wiring them together would be very difficult.
So that's a really good question, and the biggest answer that we can give on that is to make sure that they're approved by the National Fire Protection Association and they've been tested. There's so much new technology out there. The biggest thing is to make sure that they've been tested.
Gotcha. Are renters responsible for replacing batteries in smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors?
So that's another very solid question, because the landlord is actually responsible for putting the smoke alarm up for the resident, then they're responsible for keeping working batteries in it over time. Now, as far as the carbon monoxide alarm goes, if they have a gas-powered fireplace, hot water heater, or stove, then yes, they definitely need to have that carbon monoxide alarm in any structure.
Okay, but it is the renter's responsibility to make sure you test it and that you put the batteries in
Absolutely.
it.
Should be tested once a month.
Okay. This person's saying we've been seeing many ads for fire blankets. Me too. What do you think of them, and should we get one? The fire blanket stuff is all over social media, so you've got one right here.
I did bring one with me today. We've seen them work pretty well as they've been tested. The biggest thing, again, is making sure that the NFPA approves of them. But it's a really good job because you want to snuff that fire out and take the air away from it. One of the biggest problems with using a fire blanket is you might not have it close by. You have to get it out of the packaging and you have to spread it out. So we always tell people to just bring a lid, put it on the pot.
Okay, so I want you to hold that up so people can understand what you're doing. Will you hold up the pot, because I don't see that on TV? Okay,
yes,
so if something is, you've got the oil and it's on the pot, right, and it's flaming up, a lot of times people used to say you're going to throw like flour or baking soda on it. We don't want to do that.
You could do that. The biggest thing is that with the baking soda, you want to snuff the fire out. But the most effective method is just to have the lid nearby, put the lid on top of it, leave it, take the air away from it, and the fire is going to go out.
Okay, so you put that thing on there. You don't throw water on it.
Absolutely not. That's actually going to make the fire bigger, and that would be someone's probably first reaction, because you may have a cup of water sitting next to you or a pitcher of water. Definitely do not put water on a cooking fire.
Yeah, because that actually makes it flame up and over everywhere.
It does, and then your cabinetry is going to be caught too.
Okay, so this fire blanket thing, like you said, it will work, but the problem is you're going to have it someplace where you're like getting it all out. Speaking of which, fire extinguishers, we're all supposed to have one in the house. Where is it supposed to be?
It should be in the kitchen, but it needs to be somewhere where you can get it. Ideally, if you have it mounted on the wall or somewhere close by, you don't want to hide it in a cabinet where you're going to have to think and it's going to take you a little bit longer. You want it where it's second nature to just grab it and remember, pass, pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Put it right at the base of that fire and knock it down. If it's just a small cooktop fire, you probably are able, if you're able to, put that fire out very quickly.
So the two most common places to put your fire extinguisher is underneath the sink with all the cleaning and the bags and all that other kind of jazz.
Which isn't really recommended.
Which isn't great. And then the second place to put it, I've seen people put it, is the cabinet that is actually over the stove, right? The small one up top, because you don't have anything else to put up there.
Not ideal.
Right, because then you have to like reach over the fire to get that. Okay, this next question is, where can I buy a fire extinguisher, and do I need more than one? I have a 2-story home.
So I would put one on each story then, but you definitely want one in the kitchen. They're for sale at Costco, Lowe's, Home Depot. I think I saw them on sale for about $30 last month. Okay,
and sometimes you don't want to get one that's that big, right?
So this is only a 5-pound extinguisher. This is pretty standard. This is what we would recommend for the home.
Oh, really? Something that big? And because, you know, sometimes they sell those ones and they look like aerosol cans.
That, again, newer technology. We're seeing this spray that people are using for putting out fires. That's not something I've used personally yet, so I kind of want to test it out.
Okay, well, let's test it out. I think that screams Two Wants to Know to do that. This person is asking, does Guilford County have a program in place for senior citizens to get smoke alarms and extinguishers for free or reduced cost?
So as far as extinguishers, no. And keep in mind, the answer is Guilford County. There are many different fire departments throughout Guilford County, so this resident would want to contact their local department to find out more about that.
Okay, Greensboro, though, does offer smoke alarms, and many other municipalities do as well, so you need to call your local department as well. We've got a whole bunch more questions, but we want to take your questions, 336-379-5775.